Hi and welcome to yet another Facemaker video tutorial. I am Nuno and today we'll be creating a watch face for Wear OS. Yes, it's finally implemented and well, it's not 100% implemented. I'm still lacking the complications, which is a big deal because those data types available by default, they're not much, and they're not many, we need complications because complications will go and fetch data from the apps you have installed on your watch. So we're still missing complications, which should be ready by this weekend, and also the AOD widget properties. So you can, for example, set a widget darker, or I don't know, change some property specifically for the always on display. So these two things are still missing, but I'm almost done implementing them, and it should be ready this weekend. Okay, so yeah, Wear OS, we have a lot to talk about. First, I'll go into the preferences because before you can start building for Wear OS, you have to do some initial setup. So you have to download the Java JDK path here. So you usually just have to press this button and wait, and Facemaker will download the JDK, the Java Development Kit, and install it on your computer and set it here. And also the Android SDK path. So this is huge, okay? I tried to make it small, so the download wouldn't take so much time, but yeah, it will take some time. So download these two, one at a time, of course, and you also have to create a Keystore for Wear OS. Well, you don't have to, because if you're developing just for yourself, you don't need the Keystore. The Keystore is a key, an encrypted key that will be used to sign your app. And if you want to post your watch face on the Google Play Store, the watch face has to be signed, and you have to generate a Keystore. Some people is having problem with this because let me show you here. I'm gonna press generate. So here I'm going to set a password, and this is where they're having problems. So what happens is when you type your password, nothing shows, and this is normal because this is just a security measure, because maybe someone is looking over your shoulder and watching the password that you're inserting. Well, I don't know. Perhaps that's what they thought when they made it this way. I don't know. Okay, so Keystore password. I'm going to insert a password 123456, and you can see that nothing is showing on the screen now. But this is normal. I just press enter, and we re-enter the new password, so 123456, and press enter. Here, your first and last name, so Nuno, essa. What is the name of your organizational unit? I'm going to call it Facemaker. What is the name of your organization? Let's call it Facemaker again. Oh, what is the name of your city or locality? I'll call it Porto in Portugal. And what is the name of your state or province? Well, I'll call it Porto 2. What is the two-letter country code for this unit? PT for Portugal, and this is correct, so I'm going to press Y and enter. And the Keystore is generated, okay? So after you create the Keystore, you have to enter the password that you set for the Keystore. In this case, 123456, and submit. And we're ready, believe it or not, to start building for Wear OS. And this is the initial setup, okay? So now, let me show you here the available watches. So they should be down here. So all of the Samsung Galaxy watches are available. The Google Pixel 1, 2, and 3, and of course the newest OnePlus Watch 3, okay, this one here. Today I will be building a watch face for Galaxy Watch Ultra, this one here, okay. You have 3 looks to choose from, by the way, but I'll go with the black one. And there are some things you should know beforehand. For example, when you're building a watch face for Wear OS, the watch face will be one size fits all. So the watch face you build will work on any Wear OS watch, whatever the display size is. Okay, so if you're thinking about sharing or distributing your watch face, you should always build for the largest display. This way, Facemaker will generate a watch face based on, for example, in this case, 480 by 480. And then it will work for just about any watch with any display size. Since this one is the largest, the worst that can happen is the watch face being downscaled, which is good. The upscaling is the bad one, okay? So if you build, for example, let me show you here. If you build a watch face for Galaxy Watch 40 millimeters, so this one is small, 396 by 396. This will work on a Galaxy Watch Ultra, but the watch face will be upscaled, and by upscaling, the watch face will lose quality, okay? So remember, if you're sharing your watch face with the world, you have to aim for the largest display here, which is the Galaxy Watch Ultra or the Galaxy Watch 7, which, by the way, we have 2 looks to choose from. Okay, so this is the rule. And if you're just building the watch face for yourself, well, then I recommend that you create it specifically for your watch. Okay, so yes, let's start building this. I'm gonna change back to the Watch Ultra. There we go. And the watch face we'll be creating today will be a Garmin watch face. Okay, first I thought about building this one. And by the way, I have built it. Let me show you here. So open, and there you go. It's this one. I made it for Wear OS, and as you can see, it's working perfectly. But this will take too long. I need a watch face that will be able to build in an hour or so, and this took me around 2.5 hours to build because it has a lot of design components here. Okay, so what I thought about was, yeah, we need a simpler one, and there's one that is simple, this one here, and this we can create in an hour or so. I just need to find an image that we can use. And perhaps no, not this one, because this one is not big enough. It's 600 by 600. So bear with me here. Let me see if I can find one large enough. And I swear I had found one. No, I'm not so sure. Let me go back into this one. Perhaps this one? No, it's the same. Oh well, I should have saved the image before I tried this. Now I don't know what the hell this image is. Oh heck. Perhaps this one? No, it's too small. Now we need to find an image large enough so we can import it into Facemaker and use it as a reference. I'm going to show you the whole process I usually do, which is find a reference online, and then I import it into Facemaker and I draw on top of the reference image. Yeah, but this is not good. I can't find the specific image I had seen. How about that? Well, I'm going to end up using just any image that we find. Perhaps this one, it will look a little bit pixelized, but I'll try. So copy image, and here on Facemaker, I'm going to add a background main container, add an image, and then paste it here. Well, it's not bad. Let's resize it. Yeah, it's not good also, but yeah, we'll end up using it. It's just a reference image. I mean, I'm sure we'll be able to create it from this image. So I'm gonna resize it enough, just so it fits perfectly on the screen, and then we can use it as a reference image. And as you can see, this is a lot of, it's a little bit pixelated, yeah. But I think this will do. Okay, so this is resized, and I can see that this is more or less centered. So I think this will do, perhaps just a tad. No, like this. Should be great. Okay, so this is done now. I'm going to apply the resize and then crop the canvas and the sphere. And we have the reference image placed on the background, okay? I'm gonna rename this to reference, and let's go into the face info and give it a name. So this will be Phoenix 8 Wear OS, and press submit. And now we can go into file, save as, and I'll save it on the on my personal folder, so it's done. And by the way, we can go into the preferences, and here I will enable the autosave, which is enabled and saving at each 2 minutes, every 2 minutes, okay? So let's submit and start building this finally. I'm going to lock everything and start by adding an image. So this image will be the background, okay? This part here. So I need to press generate, and I'm going to pick the colors. So the first one will be the lighter one, so perhaps this, and this one will be the darker. There we go. Now I'm going to push this to the center, add one more control point here, and then we'll pick this color and add a control point on the other side. Now all I have to do is rotate, and we have the background image. Now I'm going to put it on the top left corner and resize the image to 480 by 480. And there we go. We have the background image, and we can lock it and proceed. Now the next one will be the center piece here, this orangey stuff. The quality is it's not great, but we'll try. So add an image, put it on the left. And right now you can see that Facemaker is not limiting the widget to the canvas, the watch canvas. So I'm going to enable it for now here on the interface section, contain widgets, and press submit. So now it shouldn't go outside the screen. And for those of you that are not acquainted to the Facemaker tools, I advise you to keep this setting on, okay? So yes, let's start picking some colors right there and right there. This might be too dark, I guess. Let me try and, yeah, make it lighter just a little bit. And here I will push this one to the center and pick this color and put another control point here. And now we rotate, and there we go. So now we need to change the width to 480, and the height, we will just resize it here on the input field. And almost okay. Let's zoom out and try to center this, and there we go. Now this is done, and we have the background and this orange thing there. Okay, now we need another element, this one here, okay? And this is very easy to do. So I'm gonna add an image, and I'm gonna use a tool called Draw Vector, or Vector Tool, whatever you want to call it. And we only need to draw a quarter of the image, this quadrant here, okay? And let me show you why. I'll go beyond this middle guideline, and I'll place the first control point right there, and I'll press Control Alt and go past this middle or center guideline all the way to here, now all the way up there, and then right there. Now I'm gonna put another control point here and finally connect these two. I'm sorry, I'm having some problems with my mouse. There we go. Now I'm gonna fill it and save. And now we have a quarter of the shape, okay? So now all we need to do is to apply a mirror effect. And there we go. Enable the horizontal and vertical, and there we go. All done, okay? And now we need to give it color. And I think we can work with the gradient effect, this one here, and we'll try to pick these colors. So the brighter one, the darker one, and now we'll put this one here, another one here, pick this one, and add a control point on the left. And I'm just trying to see if this matches the reference, and I believe this will work. And yes, this will work just fine, so I'm going to use it, okay? So now we need to start adding some shadows. So if you take a look here, let me just so if you can see here that this has shadow, this one as shadow, okay? So we need to apply it, and somehow I put the reference image above. I'm sorry, I'm gonna hide it and start adding some shadows here. So this one here, and let's search for the shadow effect. There we go. Now we need it to be, I don't know, something like 20. And yes, I think this will work. So let's apply the same effect to this one here. Last shadow. And there we go. Now this should be a good starting point for our watch face. And let's hide everything and bring the reference image back. I think I will start dealing with this one here, this shape. So let's add an image and press generate, and I'll try to pick that color, that dark gray color. I'll desaturate it so it's it doesn't have color, because these are just artifacts, as you see here from the JPEG. I'm gonna make it dark enough, and this should be just about right. I haven't saved any of the gradients we've built before, but I'll start doing it. So here, and this gradient here will be saved with the watch face. So if I load this watch face later, this gradient will be here, okay? So keep that in mind. I'm gonna make it a circle by giving it enough sides here. So 50 should be enough. And there we go. Now I will scale it manually. This is good if you're downscaling. If you're upscaling, don't do this, okay? Generate the image with the size you need, or larger at least. So let me see here. I think this will work. So yes, I'm going to apply the size, and remember this is 121 by 121, and I will apply it and then crop the canvas so it's the same size as the display, and then I will apply a mirror. horizontal, and there we go. This is done, and I can now proceed. So the next element, I think we will start adding some data here. So for example, we can start here with the battery, which should be easy enough. So I'm going to add a widget main container here, and here I will go into system and battery. So now you should think that this is in fact a circle, right? Or a semicircle. But the problem about the circle for Wear OS is that this is a single color, okay? We can't give it a gradient like we have here. So we can't use the circle. Going to delete it and add instead an image set. Now the image sets are the most versatile widget in the Facemaker tools because we can create just about anything from it. For example, by pressing generate, we can create a line which is vertical or horizontal. We can create a circle, and this is what we're going to use, and we can create text just like this, okay? But today, and for this specific widget, I'm going to use the circle, and I'm going to make it, I don't know, maybe 20, and I'll put it on the top left, so 0 and 0. And now I'll increase the radius. Oh, and by the way, we can start picking the color before we put it on top, okay? So let's do that. So this will be the brighter color, and now the darker. There we go. Now we have a problem because I need to use a conical gradient, this one here. And that's, as you can see, this is, it starts from 0 and goes all the way to 360 degrees. But we need it to be seamless here, as you can see here, okay? So the colors that meet here are the ones on the extremities of this bar here, okay? So what we need to do is go in here, add a control point, and I will pick this color for it. So something like that. And since we have this color already, I will put another control point on this side. And as you can see, now it's seamless, okay? Now we need to invert this. The darker color is on the right there, something like that. And the brighter color is on the left. So this should be fine now. I mean the gradient. I'm just going to save it before I forget. So now we need to set the start and the end angles. But first I'm going to put it on the top left. There we go. And increase the radius until we have 480 here on the width and height. So let's increase the radius. And 480, there we go. And I think that the thickness of the line is enough, so we will use the thickness. And here, let's set the start angle to minus 40 and 40. And I think I nailed it. Let me see here. Let's bring back the background images. Now we need it to be a little bit larger. So let's go back and press generate. And Facemaker will remember the settings you had before. So it has to be minus 41 and 41. Let's go to 42. And well, yeah, I think this will do. Okay, so now I'm going to hide everything in the background and bring back the reference image. And now you'll notice that this circle here has segments. So we need to create those segments. And I'm going to increase the gap between these segments. Right now it has 11, we need more. let's go with 3, and I'll give it, I don't know, 30. And yes, I think this will do just fine. Let me bring back the background. And okay, I think this will work. Let me just preview. And yes, this should be fine, okay? So we're going to use these settings, but first, there's an important thing we need to set here, which is, if you notice, this is a circle. When this is at 0, nothing shows. Okay, so we need a placeholder on the background, and for that I am going to copy this last image you see here. So Control C, and now on the background I'm going to add an image, and with the mouse hovering this input field I will press Control V, and there we go. We have a copy of that last frame of the image set. Okay, so I'm going to put it this wasn't locked, this is why I couldn't reach it. I'm going to put it on the top left, and now we have a placeholder. If I had the image set, you can still see this static image. Now it needs to be fainter or darker. I'm going to apply an opacity effect and lower it, just something like this. Now let's bring back the image set and press preview. And there we go. And we might even go less opaque, something like that. And you see what the placeholder is doing for us, okay? It's saying, well, the circle will go here. And even if you have 10% or 5%, you know where the circle is, okay? So this, I think this is fine. So I will continue developing this watch face. And next, I think I can add the battery percentage here. I will first design this battery image here, because I think I have a lot of images here on the library we can use on the stencil section, but none of the battery image is the same as that one. And I like this design, okay? So let's create one from scratch. Now we have this image. I am going to press generate, and let's try and pick that color. So here and here, and there we go. Now I'll add it to the favorites too here on the palette, and now we can simply just resize it. I'm going to unlock the aspect ratio, and now we can resize as we want. So I'm going to put it here, resize it, and then I will duplicate it, put it here, resize it, and now let me see what we have. And I think this will work. I mean, it's not perfect. Oh, now it is. Okay, I think I like it. So I'm going to merge these two images we created. So add, and there we go. We have the battery icon made, and now I can just add the image combo. So here I'm going to add an image combo, press generate, and now we need the font. Okay, I searched the internet and I couldn't find a font that is exactly this one, but I found one that is similar, and I'm going to show you the process of importing a font that you can use here. Okay, so basically you can import fonts under preferences, fonts. Okay, and here I will press import font, and I think I saved it on my second. Yeah, it's this one, Mensura Slab Bold. And there we go. It's imported, and I'll press submit. And now we'll go back into the image combo, and I'll press generate, and now it should be down here on the imported section. And there we go. Now this is the font I'll be using for this design. Okay. Oh, by the way, I need to. Let's see here. It's saved. Haha. I saved the gradient How great is that? Okay, so I'm gonna zoom in, and I think I will use a padded value, padded with zeros, okay? Let me bring everything back. I want to compare it to that battery icon we made. I think this could be a little bit larger, and I'll make it the same size as the icon. Right there. And this is done. Yeah. Okay, great. Here on the background, I'm gonna add a artistic text, and I'll add this percentage sign. And where is it? Oh, it's here. Okay, let's push it up. Put it there. Okay, and try to match the location. And yes, I believe this is good to go. Yes, great. Okay, so the battery is done. Next, I think I will handle the digital time. This here, okay? So here on the widget, I'm gonna add a time digital dial. And then I will add hours. And press generate. Let's increase the size. And as you can see, this is not perfect, but it was the best I could find. This font you see here must be a font specifically designed for this watch face, and I couldn't find it. So this is the best I could find. Okay, now let's get this gradient done. The bottom color, and now the top color. There we go. And now I will add it to the favorites, or rather not. First I will invert this and add it to the favorites. There we go. And now you'll notice that this has some sort of a inner glow. It's a little bit brighter on the inside. And I'm gonna try to replicate that. So the best we can do here is just add a inner shadow. This will look darker. We need a lighter gray, something like this perhaps. And I will make it small, go all the way to 1. And there we go. Now we have that thing all around. And I think it works very well to replicate what the original watch face has. So let's put it here, and I think we're done with the hours. Now next I'll have the minutes and press generate. And now we need that gradient there. Oh, and by the way, I think I messed up. Let's go into the hours, yes. You'll notice that the last digit is a different color. This is why. I press generate, and you have 2 selectors for the colors. Now there are some image combos where you want the last image to be a different color. And this is why this happened, okay? The way you can solve it is just disable the generation form and then bring it back, and they will both be the same color. And this is now solved, okay? Now we can put it back here. Oh no, this is the minutes. I didn't want to generate this one, but this one. Oh, this one is fixed. Okay, so let's go back into the minutes and pick this gradient. So this one and this one. Okay, now I'll add it to the favorites, and I believe that this is done. And yes, I think it's good enough. Okay, now I'll try to match the placement here, and I think it looks good. So I'm gonna press preview and check it out. Oh, I forgot to change the gradient again. No problem, just disable the generation and enable it again, and they will all have the same gradient, okay? There we go. Now this is done. We can proceed. I'll stop the preview and lock all the layers here, just so they don't get in the way. Okay, now we have a, let me see here, an element that goes over the digital dial right here, okay? So this is an image that almost makes you think that the numbers are cut off right here, okay? Because this is an image above that has the same gradient, exactly the same gradient color as the background. And how can we do that? Well, I'm going to show you how you can do that. Okay, so image, and I will try to match this size. I will scale it manually and place it the best I can. So something like that, okay? And I need it to be centered. So I'm gonna make sure, zoom out, and I'm gonna make sure that this is absolutely centered, right there. And like this. And this should be good, okay? So it's placed. And now I will copy from background. And what Facemaker did is it took a copy of everything that is underneath this square, and we now have a full copy. And then I will do the sphere, and you can see it because it's an exact copy of what was behind. So here we can now create that effect by going here and adding a time miscellaneous. And I will copy this image, Control C, select the miscellaneous container and press Control V, and we have the image there. And it's over the digits. And if I press preview, you'll almost think that they're cut off originally, okay? So this is how you can do this. You could also just edit the images, use image sets for each number and cut the numbers, but this is much more practical, okay? So this is done, and now here I will need, I think it's seconds full set, and yes. Okay, now this is going to be tricky because this seconds full set, we'll use it to, let me show you here, to create this circle here of the seconds, okay? And it will generate 60 images. And of course, you know we have to do this because the circle for Wear OS only uses one color, and we need a gradient. So we have to use a image set. And you can see that this is an image set because it has this icon here, okay? So now we need to generate 60 images in a circle fashion, okay? The problem is the seconds full set, if I press generate, it generates this. Now, this is great. I mean, if you press preview, this is great to create a marquee effect where numbers are growing from, from the left to the right or right to the left, something like this. But we need a circle, and you can't do it, at least not yet. So I'm going to stop the preview, and what we need is to generate a circle with 60 images, and then use it instead of these 60 images we have here, okay? And for that, I'm going back into the battery here, and I'm going to add an image set. And here we can just generate a circle with 60 images. So there we go. I'm going to bring back the background, the reference, because I need to see the size for this. So I'll just resize, and we need to match the radius and the width of the line. So and this should be fine now, I guess. And then I will change this to 60. and increase the gap. And there we go. We have exactly what we needed. Now we have the 60 images we need for that seconds full set. But how do we import these 60 images on this widget? Well, it's easy. I'm gonna name it something that we can recognize later. I'm gonna call it 1. And here I can just simply copy from 1. And there we go. Now we have a full copy of that image set, that battery image set we used to generate the images. Now I can just delete it and bring back all these. There we go. Now here I will pick this and put it there. Now let me see how it looks. And yes, I think I like it. What we can do is hide all of this, hide the digital dial, the battery, and just use the snapping tool. And now you can see that this is perfectly centered. So yes, we're done. But now, as before, we need a placeholder image. So I'm gonna copy this last image from the image set here, and on the background, or rather not, here. Above this image, I'm gonna add another image, and I'm gonna press Ctrl V. And there we go. Now I can put it here, and it's centered, and I will insert or add an opacity effect and lower the opacity. So remember, having a placeholder is good practice, and we should always do it. And there we go. Now I think it looks awesome, I would say. And we did it using only Facemaker and nothing else, okay? Yeah, it looks great. Now I'm gonna add an artistic text. So here, there we go, and write sec. And this will be this text you see here. Sorry, this text here. So we need that grayish color. I don't have it on the favorites, so I'm gonna pick it here and desaturate the color. There we go. Now I'll click here, select the orange one, and then just press enter. And now we have the same color on the other control point. How great is that? And I'll head it to the favorites, and now I need to make it smaller. Now I'm gonna use the same font for everything. You don't have to do it. Just keep in mind when you build your watch face that you should have no more than 2 or maybe 3 fonts. More than that, it will be a mess. Okay, so try to keep your fonts the same across the watch face. And yeah, I'm not sure I like this font for this text. I will try also one. Maybe too thick. Let's go with Arbitron, and yes, this one here. I think it is better. Okay, and I'll go with it. Yes. Okay. Now we need the second image combo, and since this is above, I will add another digital dial right here and add the second image combo and press generate. I'm gonna stop the preview because, yeah. Okay. Now I'm not sure here on the reference what the color is for this one. Oh yes, it's the orange. Let's use the orange color. And not the Arbitron, but this Mensura slab. And there we go. And go with the orange color. And for this one too. And I think this is done. let's zoom out. I will center align it and push it just slightly to the right and to the bottom. And now we can just simply lock it and press preview. And yes, I think this looks gorgeous. Okay, we can now continue. I can see that the battery image combo has the same problem, so I'll just press generate once and this is solved. Okay, now we can proceed and start dealing with these circles here. So you may remember that it was, I think, 141 the diameter of these circles. So I don't know what to put there. Let me just take a look at the reference image. Oh yeah, it's distance. Okay, I'm gonna add a elf distance and then add an image set. There we go. And I'll press generate. Now I will of course use the circle, and this yes, this is good enough, I guess. I just need to tweak it because now it should be darker on one side and lighter on the other. So I'll go with this. I'll do this. And there we go. Now I will add this to the favorites and call it done. I will increase the circle line width. Okay, and make the radius smaller. Now I wanted to match that circle we have on the background, so let me just take a look here. Okay, this is supposed to be 121, so I'll increase the line width and it should be perfect. There we go. So 121, a 9 line width here, and now I'll give it enough segments, so 20 for example, and this is done. If I press preview, there we go. Now, of course, we need the reference image as usual. So here I will add a new image on the background and press Ctrl V. And we have the reference image here that we can simply put there. And I will add a opacity effect. Let me just take a look. And I don't know about you, but I think this is perfect. So I will keep it, okay? So now we need an image and we need to, I don't know, not upload, but go into the library. And I'll try to find the image of a running man. And we have plenty of them, as you can see here. Let's go with this one. And now I will resize it. Zoom in and try to match the size. Oops. You see, this is why you should always lock your layers. Okay, now this is locked. Let's go back into the running man. And I think I have another one that is, oh yeah, this one. Okay, now and I think I'll add that triangle we have in the reference image. So I'm gonna add an image, and here I will draw a vector. And this is very, very easy. All I have to do is this, 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 and this. Fill it and save. And there we go. Now I will crop the content and put it here. Now, of course, this isn't absolutely necessary, but since the reference image has it, I thought, why not? So I'm going to merge these two, add, and then I will crop the content. And now we have what I think is a almost perfect image for this. And I will resize it and place it, and yeah, this is done. Now I am going to give it the color, the right color, which is this. Okay, so here I'm going to the effects and select fill color. There we go. and I will pick this gray color. And I think we already have one, and I think this one is good enough. So might as well just save it on the watch face colors, and we are done. And voila. Okay, now I might push it just a little bit to the left. Okay, now here on the distance we can now add the image combo. There we go, and press generate. And I think this is grayish. This is a gray color, so let me just check, and indeed it is. And I think we have this gray color here we can use. Yeah, good enough. Okay, and for this one too. There we go. And now let's put it here, and I will center align it. And now let's bring back the real background images we'll be using. I think we can go with a larger test here, and indeed we can. So this, I think this is good enough, so I will proceed. Now on the other side, I thought about adding calories. So let's go into the elf calories. Here on the background I will add an image, and we'll go into the library and fetch a calories icon. And let me see here, I think I'll go with this one. Let me just check the running man size, 36 by 34. Okay, so let's go with 36 and place it, and then I will apply a fill color, and this is done. Now we need the circle as before, so image set, and I'll press generate, go into the circle. Now I can't remember, but I think it was 9. And now I know we must have 121 there. Okay, so yes, I think these were exactly the settings. Okay, so I can put it there. Okay, this is good. So now I'm gonna add this gradient, or rather this one. This one. Why can't I select that gradient? I wonder. Oh, I see. Okay, we need to push this and this. Okay, done. Okay, we might end up making it grow in the, no, we'll use the same direction. It's not important, so I'll make 20 images, and this is done. We can now just simply lock these layers, and I will also duplicate this, unlock it, and put it here. This is the placeholder image. And okay, I think this is good enough, so I'm gonna press preview, and yes, this will work. Okay, here on the calories, image combo, press generate, zoom in, put it there, and just pick this grayish color here and here, and I think this is the same size, and indeed it is. I will go with a value padded with zeros right there, center align it, and we're done. Okay, so lock the layer, and that's done. Okay, so what will we do next? Now I'm going to take a look here at the reference. I thought about putting some weather information here with the weather icon and the temperature. Up here I'm not really sure, but let's start by adding the weather. And there we go. Now we have the weather. I will add the weather icons and press generate. Let's zoom in, increase the size. There we go. And select that orange color. And I think this is good enough. So I'll put it here. And on the top, I'll have the temperature. Oh, it's there. Okay. So here, let's zoom in. And here we need to use that. I'm not sure what the where is the font? Well, okay, I will select the digital dial here, seconds, and I will press generate. It's Mensura. That's it. Okay, so it should be here. There we go. Okay. Now here I will, of course, align it to the center, make it smaller. Now remember what we're using here is, oh, I'm changing the opacity. I'm sorry. What we're using here is a real text widget, and we're using a custom font. And Facemaker will export it along with the watch face and use it. So here we need that orange color. Let's pick it and save it to and add it to the favorites. And I think we're done. I just need to make this a little bit larger and put it right here centered. And I'm not going to add Celsius or Fahrenheit information. I don't care. I just want to have the current temperature there, okay? Now I'm going to grab these two and push them slightly downwards, and I think this will work, okay? Now let's add a widget up here, and it will be the UV index. There we go. And here I will add a artistic text, and I will write UVI. Now we need to select another font. I will go with Bebesnoya. There we go. Now this should be more or less the same size as this icon, and indeed it is. So I'll put it here, and then I will add the UVI information. And of course, I'll select that Mensura font, and yeah, we need to match the size, so let's put it here. Well, not really, we don't really need to do this. I just have to click here on the temperature. It's 21, okay, so 21, just so we have the same values around the watch face. This is good practice, by the way, compare and to have the same size for all of them. And there we go. And now we can lock all these and we're done. Okay, we're done with the UV index. And yes, this will work. Okay. So next, what will we have on this side? Well, let me just see here. So we have the battery there. Oh, I don't know. Let's go with status. And here I will have a number of notifications. And I will press generate. And let's use that Mensura. And as far as I recall, it was 31. There we go. I will pad it with zeros. Now was it? It wasn't. It's not 31, no. Okay. It's 21. So generate here, change it to 21, just so we have the same values all across the watch face. And now this is done, we can now just add a image here and go into the library. I need the image of an envelope that will represent messages, okay? So this needs to be much smaller. Let's go with 36. And there we go. Here on the effects, I'm going to apply a fill color, and we'll go and get that orange color, and it's done. There we go. And we can now lock all the layers here. Okay, and this is done. Okay, we're just lacking one final, I guess, one final widget. So let me just tweak this envelope position here, something like that. And here for the notifications widget, push it just a little bit downwards. And yes, I think we have a winner here. Okay, this is done. Now finally, we need one final widget that we can place here. Let me just see what we can add. So distance, yeah, let's go with the heart rate. And there we go, heart rate. Now we need the image combo for the heart rate, and press generate. And this is already the right size, I guess. So I'm gonna push it downwards, something like that. And here we just need to add an image and go into the library and fetch one of those heart images. There we go, we have all these. I'll go with this one. Now I'm going to crop the content and then scale it to 36. And there we go. Now here I will add a fill color. And voila, I think our watch face, oh no, it's not done. Not in a million years. This will be done. Okay, so now on the reference image, you can see here that it says Phoenix. Well, I'm gonna add something that says Samsung Watch Ultra or something. So let me search here, Samsung Watch or Galaxy Watch logo, something like that. And this is exactly what I wanted. So something like this, okay? And this is, yeah, it's transparent. So right click, copy image, and let's go back into the background container. I'll add an image, and here I'll press Ctrl V, and voila, we have the image imported. I'm going to crop the content, and then I will resize it to something like 200. This might be too much, but yeah, we're just experimenting. Let's enable the guidelines, and now this way we'll know that this is absolutely centered, okay? Like this. Okay, and now we need to change the color. So, oh, there's one thing I don't like. I wanted this to be absolutely centered. So what I'm gonna do is first clone this widget, okay, and hide it. And let's go back into this one, and here I will apply a crop effect. There we go. Now the crop effect allows me to do this, okay, and you can also select it manually like this, submit and apply. There we go. Now we can simply crop the content and we have just the Samsung. Now I'll hide this one and bring this one back, and here I'm going to do the same thing, but this time we will keep only the Galaxy Watch part. So let me show you here. I will add the crop effect. There we go. And now I will select, and here I will just cut the Samsung part and press submit, and there we go. Now we can apply and simply crop the content, and there we go. Now I can simply zoom out and center this, bring back the Samsung one and center it. There we go. And now we can just simply pull them together and merge them. So I think we can merge these two, so add, and now I will finally add a gradient. Let's color it. Okay, now I need some grayish color, some combination of grays, and I believe this will work, so let me just lock it and take a look at it. And yes, I think it looks very nice. Okay, so we'll keep it. And next, the weekday. Okay, now this one is going to be great to build in Facemaker. Now I'm going to add a date, or rather not, I think we have one already, or rather not, we don't have. So okay, let's go into the system and add date, and then we will go into the weekday and select it, and here I'll press generate. So right now we only have this. Okay, if you want an image that changes the weekday like this, then you will be golden. But we need something like this, and this is more complicated to build. Now let me show you how you can do it. So here I'm going to switch to circular, and there we go. Now this should be more or less the size of the screen, so I'm going to put it on 0, 0, so on the top left, and I will increase the size down here, not on the top. Okay, so here I'm gonna change it to 480. So this is the same size as the watch display. Okay, and now we need to limit the start and end angles. So here it should be somewhere around 120, I guess. So let's change this to 120, and of course it has to be more. So okay, so 149, I would say that this is 171, and it's not. Yeah, it's 191, I think. No, it's more. Okay, let's increase it manually. I don't mind. Okay. Now we need to change this. So for Wear OS, the first day is Sunday. So let's start heading. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Okay? Now we have a problem. The problem is this here is in the wrong order. So this needs to be gray. Okay? And it is gray. I might make it just a tad darker. Let me see here. And yes, this is good enough. Okay, so I'll head it to the favorites and close it. And here, this is the selected color. So this will work like this: Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. This is going in the wrong direction. Okay, we needed to start here and end here. Okay, the problem is we have Friday here, so we need to change the letters. Okay, so we'll start here, Sunday, this will be Monday, and this is because this is inverted, and this is why you have this. Okay, the inward setting. This has been implemented very recently, and this is how it works. So the problem is that the order is always clockwise. So we need to first change this. So this will be Sunday, and this will be Monday. Oops. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and this needs to be Friday. Okay, now you can see that we have a match there. Okay, this is looking great. The problem, we still have a problem here. Let me show you. So the Wednesday is centered, so I think this is correct now. The problem is that this is still going from the right to the left. But this is perfect. This is just the way we need it. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So now that this is done, we can simply come in here, and I will give it a black background just so we see what we're doing. So the first one should be this, the Sunday. So we'll put it here, Sunday, and let's find Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and finally Friday, and submit. So what we did was change the order. Now if I simulate it, you can see that this is going from Sunday all the way to Saturday, okay? And this is how it works. And we have a fully functional image set for the weekday. The problem is we still need to do more. So here on the reference image, you can see that. Let me just hide this weekday widget. You'll see that we have some sort of arrow pointing at the day. And here on the one we did, we don't have it. So we need to simulate it, okay? So I'm gonna add an image here, image, and then I will draw a vector. Now I'm going into the colors and I'll select this as the line color and this orange color also for the fill and for the fill color, okay? And now I will try to draw an arrow. Now this won't be perfect, but it doesn't have to be, okay? Just need something that points onto the letter and says, yeah, today it's Sunday or Monday or whatever. Okay, I'm trying to the best I can, so bear with me here. I'm gonna fill it and press save. And now we have one arrow, that one, okay? And I think it's too close to the letter, so I'm gonna tweak like this and like this. Okay, now we will crop the canvas again. And now we need to replicate it for all the letters. So here I am going to apply an array rotation. We need 7, one for each day of the week. And now I will decrease the rotation. So until it's pointing at Sunday. And I don't know about you, but this looks perfect for me, okay? So I think I will use this. And this is done. I will apply it. And yeah. Now, this is just a bunch of arrows all in the same image. Right here, okay? We need to make it an image set that will point at the correct day of the week. So here I will add another weekday right there, and I'm just going to press generate. I don't care about the images, okay? And here we'll go back into that image with the arrows we created, and I will copy it, the image I mean. And now we go back into this one, this weekday we just had it, and I will paste it on all the images of the image set, just like this. Oops, there we go. Now they're all copied, I think, so I'm gonna put it on the top left, just so it's on the same spot as this one here. And now we have a weekday that it's always pointing at all the days of the week. And we need to edit this. So let's go into the first one. The first one should only have an arrow here. So I'm gonna press edit image, switch into the eraser tool, and increase the radius of the brush and delete all these and save. Now we'll go into the next one, the second image, edit image, and now we just need the one pointing at Monday and save, and so on and so forth. So edit image, Now it's the third one, and save. And now it's going to the fourth, edit image, like that. And yes, this can be a little bit boring, I would guess, but yeah, there's no other way to do it. And I think this one, it's not that, that difficult to create. So yeah, so the sixth image, and finally the seventh image, edit image, and delete all these. And now I will save. And now if I press preview, it's pointing at Wednesday, both of them, okay? But the problem is we have 2 weekdays widgets separated, but we can't merge them. So I'm gonna press merge, or rather not this, sorry. This one here, this button, merge down and add. And now they're all the same image set, one single image set. And there we go. And I think this is working perfectly, okay? One last thing to do is to optimize it, because right now it's using the whole size of the display. And, that's a waste of space. So I will do a crop to content. And right now, much smaller, as you can see here, okay? And this will save on the size of the watch face and will allow the watch to better process the watch face, okay? So this is done, and I think there's only 1 or 2 widgets missing, which are the month and the month date. So let's have them here. I will add a month image set. There we go. And press generate. And voila, this is done. And finally, the month day. So month day and month day. Oh, by the way, you don't need this image with the arrows, so I'm gonna delete it. And here I will just press generate, pad it with zeros, center align it, and place it. And just for good measure, the month is located on 388, month day 388. There we go. And we have a finished watch face for Wear OS made from a Garmin reference watch face. How great is this? Okay, now this will work on the watch, and while I'm talking I will be superimposing a video with the final result playing on my watch. And yes, Wear OS is implemented. How great is that? Tell me what you think, and of course this is already available in the Facemaker Professional Edition. And by the way, I have disabled the Facemaker Standard Edition. Unfortunately, right now I can't give my best attention to standard users, so I had to disable it for now. I'll see what I'll do in the future, but for now only the Professional Edition is available, and you can design watch faces for all the supported brands, so Huawei, Amazfit, Garmin, and Wear OS. Okay, so this was the video the first video for Wear OS. I hope you liked it, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye!